The Battle of Hoth is maybe the most iconic Star Wars battle scene in any of the movies, and it feels like maybe the scene we most often get depicted out of any in LEGO Star Wars sets. And some of them are amazing, like the AT-ATs and Snowspeeders, but to me one stands out. And it doesn't have any fancy vehicles or rare minifigures, but what it does have is 13 of them at an unparalleled value. For $60 in 2010, you got what feels like maybe the most complete feeling Hoth battle set of all time. Now, this set certainly has its shortcomings, which we'll get to, but just look at that box and imagine you're a kid in a store. There would be no better set to play out the actual Battle of Hoth. 13 minifigures, that's insane! Calling this a single Hoth set may be cheating though, since it technically contained 3 different sets. By the way, does anyone know if you got 3 boxes inside the big one, or if all the bags were loose inside? Let me know in the comments. But enough blabber, let's break each of them down in detail. Starting off with the first of the 3 sets, this is the Battle of Hoth, and what you get here is a little bit of a battle scene between the Empire and the Rebels here on Echo Base. You have these 5 minifigures included, starting off with the classic Snow Trooper, which has this helmet that has a backpack attached to it, which I think is actually pretty great, especially in comparison to nowadays where we barely get printing back there. Next up is a Rebel dude, and this guy is just classic looking. He has a backpack and some goggles on right here. I love this guy. Han Solo's face printing and the smirk is just so iconic, and he's also wearing this kind of Arctic hood right there. And next up we have a Tauntaun, which is kind of a big figure, minifigure type thing. I think they nailed this thing out of the gate. This is, if I'm not mistaken, the first appearance of this thing, and it looks spectacular. You have a couple of different pieces used for the harness, the saddle. The arms are movable, the feet are unfortunately not, but that doesn't bother me. Let's get into the builds included. This is the main structure you see right here. You have this cannon, which I think looks really good. You can open it up top if you want to place a figure there. And there also is a flick fire shooter, which shoots kind of bad. You see right here, it's not really doing what I think they intended. You also have this tube going right here, which kind of maybe powers this turret. You can take the turret apart if you want to, and also open it up to place a minifigure or something like that. Next up you have this kind of trench where you can place your rebels right here, which I think is really cool addition. I like this. And the turret can of course swivel as well. These guys can be shot away as if the Empire are just shooting at them, because the Empire right here have a cannon also included in the set. I think this is called a like EV battery, something like that. And this thing I think looks really good. This is pretty accurate to what we see in the movies, and I especially love this battery here in the back. Just feels so original trilogy to have a battery for the Empire powering the turret.
Subscribe to the Brickarus for the Empire.
Moving on to the next set right here, this is a battle pack. The Hoth Rebel battle pack includes 4 minifigures, 3 of which are unique. The first one of this is just a normal Rebel dude in a Hoth outfit, kind of updated from before, and they also include another which kind of feels like an authority figure, maybe a commander or something like that because of the mustache, I guess. And they also drop in a snow speeder pilot, which looks pretty good. I really do like this guy, although I do feel like his inclusion in this set is kind of weird, out of place in a way. And the build is not something we ever see in canon, but I do think it looks fairly good for being a battle pack build. It's not too small like the builds we get nowadays. It does have some play functions like flick fire missiles. You saw the rotating turret up top previously. You also have this little storage box right here, so they really utilized the space well with this little thing. Next up is the Imperial battle pack, which is also included in this set. And this guy includes 2 Snow Troopers, the classic versions you've already seen with the black eyes poking through the helmets, an AT-AT pilot, which feels kind of out of place, but this is a really nostalgic and dope looking minifigure to me. I think this helmet print is just, it looks really nice. And next up you have this kind of commander guy, like kind of Admiral Veers. I don't know if it's supposed to be him, but it's someone that looks like him. And the first and to me best build included in this set is the speeder bike right here for the Snow Trooper. I think this thing looks really good. And then you have this little command station for the other guys. This thing feels kind of lackluster to me. I get what they're going for, but it's way too small to make any sort of impact right here. Although you have this little turret to the side which can spin and has a flick fire missile, I guess it's kind of fun. It's decent, I don't mind it. But the entire set come together, make a great battlefield right there. You get a little bit of the Empire side, you get a little bit of the Rebel side that can defend. You get a Tauntaun, you get a little bit of everything kind of that you need apart from big vehicles in terms of Hoth, which makes this feel really like you have the planet in front of you, which is what I really like about this set. It is a battle of Hoth, it's not the vehicles included in the Battle of Hoth, so to speak. And it's one of the best 3-in-1 sets in the way that they are so cohesive and work together so well as a one big set. Maybe it's not the most detailed Hoth set of all time, and by today's standard 300 pieces for $60 sounds pretty steep. But I think the Figs and Tauntaun more than make up for it in value, and of course they don't hold up today in terms of detail, but you gotta keep the era in mind here. Today these sets are pretty common and cheap to pick up even in sealed versions. Maybe that is because none of the figures are particularly rare or even individually interesting. But collectively they make a grand battle more than any other Hoth set at this price point. This is almost what you get the Hoth AT-ST for today, which is a good set, but this is what I think of when I think of Hoth. And maybe that's because of growing up with these sets, I guess, but it just feels like there is so much more value packed into this. What do you think? What's your favorite Hoth set?